Hey there, Leo. Welcome to your reading for the week of October 11th. I almost forgot, as usual. But Leo, let's see. We're going to jump right in here and just see what is going on for you at this time. Damn. That's fun. I don't think I've ever had this happen, Leo. We're going to talk about that in just a second. But let's see what we have going on for you at this time. Leo, this is a good reading. I like the way this is set up here. So, Leo, you start off here. These two cards wanted to come out together, Lovers and the Hierophant. It's being crossed by the Four of Wands here. For some of you, I feel like this is obviously involving a marriage. So some of you could be dealing with a marriage. I'm getting a million stories for you here, Leo. But for some of you, this could be involving marriage. For some of you, I feel like it's having to do with your thoughts, your beliefs, your morals, your ethics. The Lovers can be a card of your values. It's like you're trying to find a person who has similar values to you. The Hierophant is like traditions, but it can kind of represent maybe how you were raised, for example. And it can say that you're trying to find a person who maybe has similar beliefs as far as raising children is concerned or whatever. It's going to be different for all of you. But I feel that's like a major focus for you as far as love is concerned. For those of you that are in a loving relationship here or that are already in a relationship, I feel like there could be either a challenge in getting the person to make the full commitment to you with the Four of Wands or vice versa, take it how it resonates, right? Or I feel like there needs to be more communication. Pretty simple. Again, if you're having problems in your relationship here, or if there's kind of like rockiness here, the Eight of Wands really tells me that there's plenty of opportunity to communicate, and I would definitely do that. But it's a pretty good reading, even with the Four of Wands crossing you. The crossing energy in a Celtic cross doesn't have to be a bad thing. It can be something that's helping or hurting. It can go both ways. So the Four of Wands, the card of freedom, it's like there's some sort of threshold that needs to be crossed here for you, Leo. And this is, I feel like this is true for you in not just love, but also other areas of your life as well. Like this could be in love or it could be in business. It's like there's some sort of threshold. There's some sort of thing that needs to be broken through. I have a reading that I did for you. I don't remember when I did this. It was like a long time ago, but it's popping into my head where I was doing a reading where I was like saying, it's almost like you're pushing through a membrane. It's almost like you're pushing, like I see you like peeling something open. And it's like you're trying to push through it. And I feel like there's a barrier, here. Is what I would say to you. I feel like you keep bouncing off the top of something. So let's say you're trying to grow in your career. I feel like you keep maybe touching the top, right? But it's like you haven't broken through here yet. So I get more of this needing to have a breakthrough here with the Four of Wands. These people are celebrating. It's like you see them, right? We see those people celebrating on the other side of the Four of Wands. We want to join those people. We want to cross this finish line up here. We want to get to the other side of this portal here. But it's like, how do we have the breakthrough? That's the question I'm getting for you. Hold on one second. I want to make sure that I'm actually recording here, Leo. Sorry about that, Leo. Typical retrograde. My iPad, for whatever reason, it's not connecting to the camera today. But anyway, breakthrough energy. In the area of your thoughts, you have the Eight of Wands. Quick success, quick movement forward. This has that, I want to say the words initial excitement. And what I mean by that is sometimes I think when we have an idea, we have that initial burst of energy. We have that initial excitement where it's we're ready to go. We're very excited about something. I see this happen a lot in projects, businesses, things like that. So I feel like for a lot of you, you have that kind of initial excitement energy about something. And this is coming up in the area of your thoughts. Could also be in love as well. So again, if you're getting into a relationship, you could be with a person that you think you are going to marry. Definitely looks very good as far as marriage is concerned. So, I'd say you're probably right. But this is fast moving energy, the Eight of Wands. It's also conclusion energy. We actually see this twice here in your reading, actually 4 times if you want to be, technical about it, because Four of Wands is a card of wrapping something up, completing something. And then you have 2 tens. Tens represent the end of something. So it's you're kind of in the Eight of Wands, the card of conclusions. So I feel for some of you, it's you're wrapping something up here. Your thoughts are on reaching a finish line. In the area of your foundation, you have the Ten of Cups here. Ten of Cups is fortune after difficulty, happiness, happy home, happy family. I mean, to me, Leos are very good at having families in the first place if you want to have a family. So if you're hoping to have a family or anything like that in the future, if you don't already have one, really positive energy. For others, I feel like it's just saying you're coming from this energy this week of abundance. So I would definitely keep that going. Even in the area of your past, you have the Empress, right? And she understands that her energy is coming from a never-ending source. She has this waterfall that runs in the background there, Leo, and the waterfall can represent chaotic force, as I always say, but it can also represent the fact that she knows that the universe has unlimited amounts of abundance. So she has like a true abundance mindset. I kind of feel with these two cards here that that's where you're coming from. I feel like you're coming from this very abundant place this week, and I would make sure to protect that at all cost, is what I would say to you. Because it's like if you have like a negative, cousin or a negative uncle or something like that that comes in and messes up your day, or a negative neighbor, then it's going to drag you down. So I would protect your abundance mindset at this time. In the area of the near future, you have the Three of Pentacles here. I feel for a lot of you that you could be receiving recognition for work that you have been doing. Something is changing in your work here, Leo. I feel like it's been I feel like this is what you've been experiencing for a long time. Ten of Wands. A lot of, I kind of get this as a lot of tests, especially for those of you in work or business. I feel like it's been kind of like one little bump after another. Probably not like significant, but I definitely feel like there have been situations that have forced you to stretch. I see like a stretching energy here where it's like in work there's maybe like a challenge and then another one and then like another one. Same thing in business, like a challenge and a challenge. And I kind of feel like it's the universe just like testing you kind of in a lot of ways. But I always tell people it's like we shouldn't, in business, I always tell people, don't wish that things are easier, right? Wish that you are better. And that's like the second time I've said that this week. That's like a saying, I think, from Les Brown. He says, don't wish that, I'm not sure if it's Les Brown, it might be Brian Tracy, but one of them says, don't wish that things get easier, wish that you get better. And it's true because, it's like, it's like you should be able to handle, and if you want to grow in your business, it's like, then maybe you have to deal with bigger issues, bigger problems. So if things are easier, that's not necessarily a good thing. And that's kind of like what I feel like this is saying. But I feel like you're starting to receive recognition for the work that you've been doing in the near future. Definitely success coming in for you. By the way, if you're looking for love, I love the Three of Pentacles for love because to me, it kind of represents being with a person who like really wants to put the work in, who wants to follow a plan. So definitely very good. Next, in the area of the next few months, you have the Knight of Swords here. I would say no rushing at this time. Take your time. I would double check things as well. You get the Knight of Swords a lot, Leo, and to me, the Knight of Swords can be a hasty energy or jumping to kind of like conclusion energy as well. So I would make sure that you don't do that. I think it's my mom. It kind of reminds me. My mom has a story about like one of her friends or something where her son had a wet nap in his pocket, like one of those moist towelettes, whatever you call them, right, Leo? And she was doing his laundry one day, and she thought it was a condom, and she like freaked out at her son because he had a condom in his pocket, and he's like, "Mom, it's a wet nap." That's the Knight of Swords, right? It's like the Knight of Swords is jumping to conclusions. So I'd say no jumping to conclusions with the Knight of Swords, plain and simple, because that story popped into my head. It's a funny story, and I would say that there could be situations where with this Knight of Swords where it's like you see something and then you automatically assume that it's something that it isn't. So that's like the vibe I'm picking up here. Not a bad thing, not the end of the world. You'll probably laugh about it later. I would just double check things before you freak out. In the area of your closest relationships, you have the Ace of Cups. We already know that your close relationships are probably going to be pretty supportive. We have the Ten of Cups here. So I feel like your emotions are going to be overflowing. I feel like you're going to be very happy, especially for those of you that like I feel like you've been dealing with some stuff in your close relationships. Like I get like a bubbly energy here, and what I mean by that is it's like things are like bursting, right? And I feel, and that sounds ridiculous, but I feel like maybe you've been having a hard time with your close relationships, or maybe you feel like people have been against you. There's some sort of like peace I'm getting off of this Ace of Cups. It feels more, not necessarily like love, it feels more like peace to me, where it's like you feel at peace. I feel like you feel like you're experiencing a good exchange in the near future with the people that are around you. So some of you, it could be like 10 of Cups, really good for finding your tribe, finding your people that you can belong to, all that other stuff. So I feel like you could be kind of like finding a good group of people to belong to with the Ace of Cups, but, it looks pretty good. Also really good for love. In the area of your future feelings, you have the King of Cups. Very, very, there is some sort of emotional change going on for you here, Leo. This is a positive thing. I feel like you're getting more in control of your emotions. It's definitely going to require work. It's funny, I'm seeing that 10 of Wands as a good thing for you this week, Leo. I'm not seeing it as a bad thing. I'm not seeing it as some sort of burden. I almost feel like you feel good with that 10 of Wands, and I think that can be true. It's like sometimes I think if we don't have responsibility, we feel terrible. But then when we do have things to be responsible for, then we feel good. We feel like we're accomplishing something. We feel like we're like winning in some way. And that's kind of how I feel with you there with that 10 of Wands. It's like, it reminds me of like I always use lifting weights, because clearly I lift weights, right? You can tell, Leo. That was a joke, by the way, for those of you that take me so freaking seriously, right? But what I would say here is that the 10 of Wands, it's like when I'm lifting weights, I feel good after, even though it's a work, but if I'm not lifting weights, then I feel terrible like I do right now, because I haven't been taking care of myself for like 2 months, right? So time to get back on the treadmill, Leo, obviously. But what I would say here is like I feel like you'll be feeling good. It's like you're going to be feeling good emotionally. I do feel like you're going to have to work at it, but it's like because you're working at it is the reason that you're feeling good, is what I would say here. But I kind of like this. For some of you, definitely could be a water sign coming in for you. And finally, you have the 10 of Wands here. Like I said, I get this like positive resistance thing here for you, Leo, and I think that there are some responsibilities. There's definitely some hard work that you're doing, but I think it is the hard work that is making you feel more positively at this time, because it's like there's something to work towards. That's really the message that's popping into my head. There's this village off in the distance, and this man here is walking towards the village. It's kind of like saying he finally has something to work towards. He realizes why he had to go through all these things that he went through, and that's like the feeling I get for you here, Leo, is the reason I feel like that is positive for you is because it's like you finally like see the thing that you've been working towards. You see the result. Maybe you're not quite there yet, but you finally see it. So I kind of I love this reading for you, Leo. I feel like this is very positive. We're gonna clarify some of this and just see what comes up here, Leo. Let's see. With the 4 of Wands, 6 of Cups, this is a good reading, Leo, for sure. 6 of Cups is a gift from the universe, and it can represent a turnaround to me. I don't really read it as someone coming back from the past personally. To me, it can represent a soulmate for sure coming in for you. So if you're thinking about getting married, or if you met a person, I feel like this could be the person that you are going to marry. It's kind of funny because I get like a very serious vibe off of love. Like if you're getting into a relationship, I feel like you're taking it more seriously. I feel like the person you're meeting is taking it more seriously, and that's probably why it's going to work, is because it's being taken seriously by both people. For others, the 6 of Cups to me can represent a time where we experience a turnaround. It's like the 6 of Cups can say we've been bumping up against obstacles. It's like, to me, it might not be accurate tarot, but just intuitively, I feel the 6 of Cups is like the first card where it's like the gates open. It's like we finally are able to move forward. With the 8 of Wands, you have the King of Swords here. Very serious energy, like I was just saying, in the area of your thoughts. I feel like you are very direct. 8 of Wands is your rockets of desire, as Abraham Hicks says, right? It's like we're constantly telling the universe what we want. And the King of Swords is very direct. It just says exactly what we want. It doesn't say, he doesn't say all the extra stuff that we add on to things, right? So I would be very direct with your intentions at this time. I feel like it'll just lead to faster success. With the 10 of Cups, Chariot, really good reading here, Leo. Very positive. Definitely a victory coming in for you here. For sure. I also feel like you're, a lot of this crown energy showing up in your reading. King of Swords. The Empress has 2 crowns on her head at the top there. The Chariot Rider, he has a crown on his head. So I feel like you're kind of like connecting with the divine, but also as above, so below. So, make sure you're trusting your instinct. Make sure you're using your powers of manifestation. With the 3 of Pentacles, the Sun. you showing up in a very strong position, you definitely getting attention as well. I feel like there's a lot of positive attention coming in for you. But for the most part, I feel like there's a lot of happiness coming in from the sun. With the, like I said, Knight of Swords, Seven of Cups, confusion, like I said, thinking something is one thing when it's another. So I would say, make sure to double check just anything that you're doing before, if you have those, like we've all had that, where we kind of like have that rush of anger, or, it could be any feeling, could be excitement, could be happiness, could be love. I would just I don't think this is something you need to be paranoid about. I feel like you just need to double check your feelings from time to time and make sure that you are in alignment. I feel like as long as you're always coming at things from alignment, then you'll be, really good. With the Ace of Cups, you have the Lovers. Definitely love coming in for you. Wouldn't surprise me if you were finding or meeting a person from a friend group or from your social group, especially showing up here in the area of your closest relationships. So you could be attracting a person from your closest relationships. I also feel like it could be a Gemini for sure. You keep getting Gemini in your readings. You keep getting Taurus as well in your readings. It could be any sign, general reading, but I'm just, giving you an idea of the signs that are, kind of jumping out to me here. I almost feel like it's very divinely guided as well. With that Lovers card, I feel like it's like the two of you are meant to be together, and so I feel like there's like a divinely guided situation coming in. With the King of Cups, you have the Knight of Pentacles. Like I said, this your emotional stability is going to require work. I feel like that's true for everybody. I mean, we all have to, work at emotional stability, or kind of taking control of our emotions. But that's exactly what I feel like you're doing with that Knight of Pentacles here. So I really like that. I also feel like you could be discovering like new ways to work. For those of you that are more focused on work and business, I'm getting like new ways to work or something like that. Those are the words that are popping into my head. So some of you could be like discovering new opportunities in your career. I would take advantage of those opportunities. Just even looking at the astrology, I keep telling people Uranus and Taurus, right? With Uranus and Taurus, it's like there could be something random that pops up at work, like especially involving technology, or it's kind of hard to say because we're just at the beginning of Uranus and Taurus technically. And so it's kind of hard to say exactly what will show up, but I would say if there are any new positions that open up in your career for like new technologies, or just something that's never been done before, if your boss is like, we want to do things in a new way, I would be jumping on those opportunities, Leo, because those are the places where you're going to be making a lot of money, especially with Uranus and Taurus. It's like anything new, any new technologies. I would say even anything, there's a lot of Aquarius stuff going on still, and what I would say is anything that helps other people, anything that is like helps the environment, right? Anything like that in your job would be very, very beneficial for sure. And with the 10 of Wands, 6 of Wands, like I said, you don't mind the work because you're going to be getting positive attention for it. This is a victory coming in for you here, Leo. So I feel like you are winning in the near future. This is amazing reading, very positive. I love this for you, very good energy. So thank you for being here, Leo, really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. But thank you, and definitely enjoy your week.